If you were the first person to pass on, would you want your partner to remarry?
No.
I have a question for you.
Oh, is it Christmas Day?
Right. I want you to tell me the 3 things you fear about your marriage.
Oh, that's a
Sweet.
tough one.
Yeah, 3 things you fear.
About specifically the marriage. I fear specifically the marriage.
How about, let's say, 3 outcomes you would really be sad about if they happen in the marriage?
I would not be happy if we don't reach old age.
If one of us passes on?
Yeah. I would not be happy if we separate.
Divorce?
I would also not be happy if we stayed together for convenience.
For the kids?
Yeah. Or for immigration purposes, or for financial purposes, or for, cost of living, whatever. But the collection is no longer there. We're just trying to keep the paper. So yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Right. Now, going back to the first one, which was death. We've spoken about it for some time. We've spoken about definitely somebody, if it's not an accident, of course, right? Definitely somebody's gonna pass on before the other. Would you remarry?
It's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult to think about it because most times it's easier to answer if...
Okay, let's stop there and let's twist things around, right? Let me ask it like this, huh? If you were the first person to pass on, would you want your partner to remarry?
No. There's a condition.
Okay.
There's a condition. So the first answer would be no, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it would be, I could allow it if, let's say if I can't be there, I think I would allow it if you gave up custody of the children to somebody else so that they don't
Get involved.
They don't get involved, and then you could
for example, giving custody to your mom.
Exactly.
Or your sister.
Exactly. And then, I think I would be okay with a clean slate. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So would you also live by the same rules if I was to die and you get to leave?
It's difficult. Well, it's easier when you are giving conditions to another person, but it's difficult to think about because it's difficult to think about because you can't imagine it. It's difficult to think about it.
So now that means,
but it's just a somber topic that you've brought on. But to be fair, people move on from, people remarry while the person is alive. What more when they're dead? People actually move on while they are still yet married. What more when they're dead?
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's just weird when you talk about it, but when if you want to be practical, I know for a lot of people that have moved on from their spouses while they're still married to their spouses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair point.
Yeah.
I would say realistically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard for you to picture yourself with another person when you still have that person. It's easy when
Unless you've got somebody waiting already.
that's the thing, and that you would never know. Like, you know, if you never know who is in the waiting line. Anyways, we got the
If you're diligent, you can find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
But does it not mean that you're wishing someone to die
Who?
when you have like someone you're waiting?
Well, it's not necessarily like the person will be waiting. It's just they'll be like just on the side, just
So in your head you'll be like, if he dies, I don't think
people cheat planning that their spouses die. But I think
if he was out of the picture, I would have been with.
Some of them, not all of them. Some of them actually, some affair partners, right?
Mm.
If the actual spouse dies, they'll be crying too, because they'll be like, oh, what are we gonna do? Because imagine, right? Let's say you've got a marriage where this woman is a stay-at-home mom, and then the male is like all alpha, I'll provide a male and type of stuff, right? And then this woman's got a side piece, and the side piece is only for what the men can provide: attention, intimacy, and all that. If this man dies, do you think the side piece will be happy? Or he'll be sad? He'll definitely be sad, because
But you could just
he's not wanting her for himself. He's wanting a piece of her. That's why he's a side piece. He's not wanting. So if he dies, if the husband dies, the side piece would probably be like, ma'am, I think this is the end of my contract, kind of thing. I think I'm not all. Some.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's more like a scenario based the answer. But anyway, the second thing is you spoke about
Separation.
Yeah.
I think that. What do you think about a prenup?
A prenup.
Yeah.
Do you know, like a prenup? Okay. I don't want to be misquoted, right? Yeah. But I feel like when you're signing a prenup, right, you're already leg in, leg out. In a way, look, I'll make you understand, right? I think these things are only applicable when you are remarrying, because you have something to protect for your first marriage, from your first marriage. I mean, like, prenups are good when you have established yourself already. You get the thing? You can't put a prenup when you struggled with someone from the dust. You get the thing? I can't wake up today with the same wife who struggled to see me become a man, and then I'll say, oh, we're going to have a prenup. What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine. You get the thing? Because the whole idea of a marriage is you're in unison, you are in agreement, right? So I wouldn't have what's mine without you, but all this have been built with us. You get the thing?
Yeah.
So to me, I feel like a prenup is a good idea if the man has established himself from a previous marriage and is going for a second marriage. He knows that he has some certain assets he needs to protect for the first children from the first marriage, and now he's trying to what? To marry another person. That's what I think. I don't believe in prenups for the person you struggled with, because you know what, in as much as you would do probably the job, you are doing much of the work, you are doing much of the deals, but who is cooking for you? Who is making sure that you are dressed well? Who is making sure that she motivates you? Who is making sure that you are sane as a man?
Free childcare.
She's raising your kids, she's giving you all the things that you need. Like, you can never ever buy a woman, no matter how much you pay the fathers. So most people think that it's a transaction. Of course, our culture makes it a transaction, but there's no price tag for a woman. And the only thing you can do is to work hard and make that woman proud. That's my thinking. So this prenup job is crazy, but you digress from my question. Divorce.
Yeah, what's your question concerning divorce?
All right, so there are things that people would say, this is and no, you call them what? Deal breakers.
Yeah.
Right, deal breakers on divorce, things that we cannot negotiate. Let's go.
On me?
You could generalize if you don't want to.
You know what? I've asked myself that question. You know what I think?
Mm-hmm.
I think I used to have things that I thought these things are a no-no, these things are a no-no. And I've realized that myself as a person, I'm not somebody who walks away from relationships, either friendships or whatever, walks away from relationships because something that I say this is an abomination, it happens. Even if it happens, I might still watch on. But I think with time,
you're growing up.
Something breaks with time. It's not always about in the moment. If this happens, then you're my friend. Okay, you're my husband. If we say that, definitely, a lot of people will cite infidelity because that's what the Bible says. But you know how it is. Money is actually a very, very big factor. You might find that you thought that your man chatting up with another woman would be like the worst thing, only to realize that your partner's maybe finances could be
the biggest cause.
Yeah. So I don't know about deal breakers, but I know about things that would definitely, if the marriage was like the bridge, I know of things that would weaken it. And you know what happens when a bridge weakens? You could have trucks carrying rocks drive over the bridge and it's fine, but it's taking strain.
And slowly.
And one day it's a feather falling on the bridge and then it just tumbles. So maybe the truck of rocks could have been, oh, that's a deal breaker, but it will always be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
So if I may ask,
yeah,
when you speak of your partner's finances, are you speaking about how he spends, or you're speaking about how you plan ahead on the finances of the household?
I think it's all in all. It's not finances is such a broad subject. It's not only about how you spend. It's money is, it's a whole relationship. You're in a relationship with money. How you make it, how you spend it, how you save it, how you grow it. The decisions that you make concerning money. With time, you live with a person, you get to understand their philosophy towards money, their relationship with money. There are people that when they make money, they can't spend a dime. They'll hold on to it for dear life because they were traumatized so much by poverty. They are scared that if they let go, then they are going to be poor again. So the first chunk of money they have, they just want to hold it back. Then there are people that when they get money, they just want to spend, make it rain, because again, they've been traumatized by poverty. So the
compensating.
Yeah, I need this, I need that. So you can be on that end, it can be that end, it can be in the middle. It's a whole spectrum. It depends on what you're looking for. But it's a whole. What's the word you use to platoon?
Hmm?
What's that word you use? Platoon. What?
Plethora.
Of problems, money problems.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, that's fine. So the third thing is so that we
It was a dusty marriage.
just staying because we have to.
Yeah, man. I was thinking just this afternoon. I was gonna ask you, if you take away the visa,
Mm-hmm.
you take away the children,
Mm-hmm.
you take away the lease. What else is there in common? Major things. We share bills. Okay. Do we share bills? Okay.
Are you
I mean,
personalizing it to you or
yeah. I'm just.
we don't share bills?
I mean, we share the house.
Yes. Yeah. The house.
Don't get emotional.
No, just say.
Okay, we might not share bills, but we share the house, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So we share the house, we share the visa, we share the children, and we share childcare. Because when I work, you watch the children, and when you work, I watch the children, isn't it? If we had a nanny, and we had lots of money, that you could live in another house and I could live in another house, and we could have change, and we could afford to live separately, and we could afford a nanny, live separately. We weren't on a visa anymore. What are other things that really bind us together?
The children.
We have a nanny now.
Okay.
Yeah. If we take away all those things, if we had a problem, like a really big problem, we have a really big argument, would we stay together? Do we love each other enough to stay together, even if the things that bind us together, because we think about them is inconvenient, should we separate? Would we still be together if
All those were.
there was solutions?
The solution. Oh,
Yeah.
I think we found each other when all those things were not there. I think what holds us together, other people had them, but they still divorced to get a thing. People had visas that were depending on both of those people or one of those people, but they still divorced. You see, when people decide to divorce, it doesn't matter. Some of these things are replaceable. I'll give you this as an example, right? Do you know that a man can walk to you straight up and say, I'll take care of you, I'll give you citizenship, I'll give you everything you need. Right now, I want you to leave this man. And all your problems will be solved in a day.
Where is it?
You see? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Ish.
No, I can.
Right. Anyways.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, my point is, and
Yeah.
in a marriage, everything that you think you depend on your man or your woman for can be done by someone else.
What do you depend on me for?
You take care of our kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
You cook for us, right? You are even an emotional, dependable person. Emotionally dependable person.
Do you see me with the kids though?
Hmm?
Do you see me with the kids though? Sometimes we're just closed up in a room and I'm just about to go.
Yeah. So all those things are very important to me, because I couldn't imagine myself in those.
Thing too.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine myself in those situations, and you are also my motivation. Sometimes I think of you and I'm like, okay, I need to be at this level because this woman deserves this level, right? So now my point is anything that your man is can be found elsewhere. Anything that your woman is can be found even twice better or thrice better, right? My point being, there is a lot of reasons why you can divorce me. There are a lot of reasons why you can divorce. There are a lot of reasons why I can divorce you. You get the thing? There is always a reason why, but we don't choose it because we choose love.
You know what I'm thinking? You just said there are things out there. There are men out there better than you, and there are women out there better than me. Imagine imagine if a wife divorces her husband, not because there's a better man out there, just to be single.
That's the thing. You'd be so useless to the point where even having nothing
is better than
having you.
I think there's so much consolation in knowing that somebody took my husband. Imagine your husband, you just leave and you say, I'd rather sleep in the car.
I would rather be alone than being with you. That's the level of divorce I don't want. Whereby a woman will say, look, I'm done with you and I'm also done with marriage. You have taught me enough for me to not be committed.
I'm watching a series where there's a man who walks in with his child for a play date and he says, hi, this is my son Yusuf. I call him useless. That's funny.
So yeah,
no, but it's funny.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, so that's the point. So divorce has to be meaningful, and also if you
we were discussing divorce.
Yeah, we were discussing about staying together unhappy and my point being, do you know that so many people that have left probably Zimbabwe, they've left their home countries and they've gone out there in first world countries, they've found opportunities, different cultures. The white men who are looking for black women and Nigerian men who are taking black women. Sorry, they're taking Zimbabwean women in other nationalities, right? Those people are an opportunity to a woman who was looking for one. To get a thing. If a woman leaves you for another man, it means you were not the one she wanted to be with. So even if we talk about, I think that's the case.
It's not always the case.
So you think there's someone who can be malicious to just lure you into?
I think if your partner leaves you for someone else, they might not necessarily not have wanted you, but then the other option was just too good to resist. If they just didn't want you, they'll just leave you and go be by themselves.
Yeah, that's exactly my point to say. They never wanted you in the first place. I'll give you. Let me land. Right. Do you know when you want something?
Yeah.
When you love something, you would have like big competitions. Like you would be approached by millionaires, billionaires, people with value, people with real estate value, people who would tell you, "I'll give you the whole of London," right? And you still remain with a man who's on a mortgage. My point is, the value of emotions and emotional attachment cannot be outweighed by an attraction that is outside. Okay, let me put this straight, right? You can never go outside your marriage and find something else that is more attractive than what you have, right? If you are truly attracted to what is inside. You get the point? Like, there is no way a man who, like, for example, I'll give you this. If a man right now gets another woman who is splashing all the money, doing all the things, like she says, don't worry, I'll pamper you, don't worry, I can even give you my visa, don't worry about everything, I'll give you everything. You could enjoy those things for a little tiny bit, but you always remember the woman who struggled with you, who loved you when you were nothing, who needed you the moment she had a reason to not be with you, when you were useless, and she still stood by your side. You will remember that woman than the woman who has it all but wants you for certain things. So my point is, you can never be in love and leave the love because of external factors. You were never in love in the first place.
Before we close the session, I want to ask you something. We speak of loyalty choices and all that, and it's your responsibility to be loyal to your wife as it is my responsibility to be loyal to my husband. But as partners, you're supposed to be proactive. Yes?
I think so.
Yes, right. So what measures do you think you've put in place to safeguard your marriage? Although you do expect loyalty from your partner. As you were speaking, I just started to wonder, what are the things that you put in place? Or do you just say, if she goes, she goes. If she does stay, she stays. Or do you go out of your way to say, I think I'm going to put certain measures to try and create a fence around my marriage?
Okay. First thing is, marriage is not a place where you're supposed to just watch things as they go. You need to initiate certain reactions, certain you're supposed to entice your partner. Your partner is supposed to be in a constant state of wow. You get the thing? They have to keep seeing the new you. If it's the job, and I'll give you this, right? Imagine you're working a job, right? And then you realize that your partner needs a job, and you say, okay, I'm going to sacrifice this one chance and get that partner of yours in the same role as I am, right? It's a wow, but there's a wait a minute. You get the thing? We are in the same role. And that man has to constantly remind himself that I have to do more to be a valuable person. I don't know if it's a good example, right? So, as an example, I'm saying, for a man, your job is to keep proving that you're valuable to your woman. If it means you've got to set up things, do a lot of gymnastics, do it. If it means you have to impress her by, I don't know, study something that is in her field, and you just impress her by showing her that, oh no, I know. At some point I even researched good music from the classics just to show you that I know classical music.
Really?
Yeah, I did. So the thing is, marriage is a constant place of growth and discovery. You've got to know your partner and be better always. You can't still be doing the same thing. Like the same birthday thing that you did last year can't be the same that you're gonna do this year. You've got to keep on trying your best to get that smile and grin from your partner. That's my point. So I go out of my way to make sure that you are happy, even though I know that probably I'm overstretching myself, but I will still do it because that smile on your face means a lot than what I feel.